something that I'm big on is like, if you want to have a different life, or if you have a big dream, or you want to build big things, or you want to be able to accomplish big things, you have to move different.
At Sourcelight, we honor those who lead with purpose. Today, meet Joseph Johnson, entrepreneur, fitness mentor, model, and mindset coach who believes true success comes from cultivating the right mindset, believing in something bigger than yourself, and pushing past comfort to transform your growth and your life. From the weight room to the runway, Joseph leads by example, inspiring others to rise above limits and create their own path. I'm Sunny Jackson, and this is Joseph's story.
It's still always our mindset that will get us to that next level, right? Whether that be something that we're procrastinating, or that fear of taking that next leap, or what, it's always the mind that really is just like that next layer, that next layer, that next layer. To actually gain weight, gain muscle, to get fit, I was an athlete, but I was just skinny, short guy back then. So I was pretty obsessed with like wanting to put on muscle, wanting to gain weight, because I was competitive, right? I wanted to be able to compete with the other guys in sports and things like that. All through high school, I couldn't get results. College, couldn't get results. And then I finally got under some mentors that were bodybuilders, and they actually showed me like how to optimize my nutrition to bulk up. And I fell in love with fitness. I started learning about meditation, and then I started just practicing breath work. And I knew that breath work and meditation was doing something to me, because I started meditating before bed, and I started remembering my dreams again. Like, that was the first time that I meditated before bed. I had a vivid dream, and I typically didn't remember my dreams. Like, I thought like maybe I not stopped dreaming, but at least remembering the dreams, right? But that was a cool experience. I had like a full movie and from there I've been like, okay, like it's doing something. And then now it's like in the morning, at night, like I'm very conscious of my breath. And I've realized, like, even when I wake up in the morning, if I don't do like some breath work, or I don't breathe, I feel like I haven't even breathed, like actually breathe. I can meditate and become very organized and clear on like, okay, this is what I need to do next. So when I meditate, it's just like, it allows all the connections and signals and things to get, and then I get into my journal. Couldn't imagine building businesses and things without it, at least with my type of frame. Entrepreneurship and self-development, like, is one and the same. I love to do visualization, guided meditations, guided visualizations, and just visualize my future. And I think that it's very important to be able to sit and consciously create a vision for your life, and then just take one step at a time towards building it and getting there. I always recommend people leave their hometown, because you will never, not, maybe not never, but it's very hard for you to understand the program that you've been under until you leave the nest, both of like, your family and things like that, but also like the programming of your city and your state, and even your country, right? There's levels to it. Ooh, I don't know if this is dangerous, but the first thing that came to my mind would be security. I think security can be a safety net that allows us to become too comfortable. I think security is important, right? Because we need that stability, or, so forth. But I think a lot of times that can become a crutch for us not to walk by faith. I'm a big person that believes in walk by faith, not by sight. And I'm a big person that believes in flow. And flow is something that I've come into year after year, of this being able to detach and flow, because I believe that that's when not only miracles happen, but growth happens and opportunities occur. Because if you just cling on to safety and stability, then you won't take that investment or that leap that could catapult you to where you want to go. I used to think that like, okay, you gotta have a job, but it's like, no, I don't really think that anymore. It's just like, I know that things always work out. But that's my belief. That's not even my belief. I know that things always work out. So yeah, it's allowed me to, and it's gonna allow me to get to where I want to go. Yeah, it's confidence within itself, but you have to also have confidence in, I think, a higher power, right? In order to have that type of faith. In order to win big, you have to be a bit delusional. right? And I think a lot of high level successors and entrepreneurs can attest to this, because you see your vision and you have faith when it doesn't make sense. You still have that knowing of like, nah, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna make this happen. And it's like, what? Like, bro, you've been trying for this long and you haven't gotten there. Like, are you crazy? Go get a job. And you're like, nah, I'm about to build Facebook. You know what I mean? But to build that faith, I would say it starts off small. It starts off small with stacking small wins, truly. So if that's taking that faith to, and I know I don't want to just be the fitness guy, but if that's just taking that faith to committing to a workout, or taking that faith to maybe, even if it's just like talking to that stranger that may interest you and you don't know how that conversation will, things that just are uncomfortable, where you can stack that, like, okay, it's not so scary. It's not so scary. I can do it. I can do it. And then it gets bigger. If you had a feeling like, oh, I want to move into this apartment, right? There's been things like that as well. Like in Los Angeles, I moved into like a really nice studio apartment. First time off of just pure entrepreneurship, like no job. I fired my job back in 2019. I made a YouTube video as well. I'm like, I'm going to fire my job today. I'm quitting my job and I'm never going to punch a clock again. And I documented it all. Last day at work, quitting my job, like respectfully, obviously, like I put in my weeks or whatever. And since then I haven't punched a clock, but it's been these things over time of just stacking these wins and stacking this faith. And I think that, yeah, I think that's just what you have to do. Is like, if you have that feeling, if you have that curiosity,